Sounds like the mantle nose is getting passed to you, at least significant amount of reps. How are you embracing that?
As far as embracing it, it's just for me, it's just taking it like everyday mentality, taking it step by step. I had two great guys with Denzel and Calvin Avery in front of me, just learning their footsteps, and also having like Johnny and Keith and those other guys in the room, to teach me the ropes. And finally going to my last year, it's like, all right, it's time for me to take what I've learned, and just take it step by step.
One practice in, what stood out to you from last night?
What stood out to me is that I feel like we have a team that's bought in. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. And I feel like as a group collectively, we understand that, like, it's going to take day by day, stacking days, and just, living a tough, smart, and dependable life. I feel like going through the whole summer with this whole group, I felt confident. Like, we have a group of guys feel like we're all bought in. And so what we're wanting to do is just knowing and understanding that with us having 45 new guys, this is our first camp, that everybody has to, like, buy into the details and stuff like that.
TeRah, what's that mean to you to have that nose spot? We're going to be getting a lot of reps. I mean, the last three guys have gotten camp invites at the next level. So what does it mean to you to kind of be having that opportunity?
Put it in perspective for me is like knowing like the reputation Coach J-Mo has put. Like it's a blessing, it's an opportunity, that I have to take advantage of. So for me, like going to camp and being like the starter, it's just living up to that mentality, because like as Coach B always said, like when you're in that position, you're expected to play to that level. So for me, it's just been going out there with a positive mindset, making the plays that come to me, doing my job, and just helping the team as a whole.
What is it about that position? Like obviously you mentioned the guys he's had at nose before. Like what is it about that he does so well to help you guys take that step?
I feel like as Coach J-Mo is like, he's big on fundamentals and getting us to understand like we're the anchor of the defense. Like the nose, the mic, and that safety are like vital for our defensive success. So as far as like playing that job, you have to like be bought in on doing your job, playing with fundamentals, just understanding like you're going to make the plays that come to you, but ultimately like it's kind of like an offensive line type situation. Like when you're not doing your job, it pops out. When you're doing your job, it kind of goes unnoticed, but you just have to embrace that role.
Obviously, it's so tough to try and replace a guy like Johnny Newton. But how is this D-line group kind of approaching that challenge this year?
I feel like with us having like a few transfers and a group of young guys, it's like we got to see it like up close, so it's like you gotta not necessarily recreate his success, but like take the bits and pieces of what he has did in his career and what they seen, and like try to not necessarily like do what he's doing, but take what you can. I feel like as a team, it's been like it's taking his prep, like his routine and stuff that he was doing to get him to that high level, because like with that type of play, like it takes a lot of work, and the routines and habits he built outside of the field is what the guys have to take from him, like with his preparation, taking care of his body, and just working and being a good guy in general.
What have those three guys from the transfer portal added to the room?
I feel like one, they've added experience. That's been the best thing about it. But like also coming from different schools, having their perspectives and being at good programs themselves, they've came in and been able to like not only like learn from the young guys, but teach them what they have learned throughout their college careers. And just guys that came in and gelled with the room, and like it's been fun so far.
You've been in that position before yourself, obviously. So, did you kind of help them along when they first got here, based on your experience?
Yes, sir. So for me, it was like just making them feel welcome and knowing like we're all in this together, because like you said, me transferring, coming to a new school, is like you kind of don't know what to expect sometimes with the new portal world. But for them, it's like, all right, just let them come in and be like, bro, we all trying to get to the same goal, like, and if I got you, you got me, let's get to it together, because at the end of the day, it's we all we got. So.
From a defensive perspective, how's Luke Altmaier look to you so far?
I mean, Luke is gonna do what Luke does. He's our quarterback. We trust him. We believe in him. He's in that position for a reason. For him, it's like, I mean, just as Coach B said, to be a starter, you have to be tough, smart, and dependable. And for Luke, that's just being himself and doing those main three things. Is like that's what we need from him, and that's the standard he holds himself to. And like, I'm confident that he would do what he needs to do.
Staff kind of raves about Alex Bray and the way he kind of shot up the depth chart. What are they seeing in that young guy?
Man, that kid Bray, I remember the first day he came on campus back last year. His work ethic is unmatched. Like, he's just a guy that's just willing to go after and get in. I think that's like his wrestling background and understanding like the type of work and energy you have to put to play at a high level. For me, it's just been like he's been really bought in. And not only is it with him being a young guy, it's like if you're just a guy walking the facility, you meet Alex Bray and his character and how he goes about his business, you probably wouldn't think he'd be a young guy because he just carries himself so well, you know, and he just really bought into what we're trying to do as a program.
TeRah, now that you have multiple years under your belt, how would you describe kind of walking in here for the first time and just trying to learn everything? Was it hard, or was it frustrating, difficult for you to kind of get down what they wanted you to get down?
I feel like it necessarily wasn't hard. I feel like as a player, as a person in general, like you have to go through experiences, you know, to learn them. The one that I wasn't there, it's just like, you know, everybody has a timeline, and for me, it was just playing my role to its best ability. And like, I feel like going into my last year, you know, I've been able to like, all right, take bits and pieces of what I've done right and what I haven't did to my best ability, and just kind of like put it all together, you know, going to this last season. Like, one thing you can't beat experience, and like me being an older guy now, it's like I know how to go about my business and what not to do, you know, just ultimately just buying into what Coach B and them are saying, you know, like that's been the biggest thing for me. It's like these coaches, Coach B is coached at the highest level, and he's been successful at this level, and Coach J-Mo, all those guys I can name, they know what they're talking about. And the main thing for me is like, if I could tell my younger self, is like, buy into what they're doing, because it's easy to say, but you got to live that everyday routine and everyday habits, you know.
You focused on, I know, the opener and getting through camp, but 4 months from today, you're going to Wrigley to play your old school. Have you allowed yourself to think about that at all or not?
I mean, it was like initially, like when you seen it was like it's a cool experience, you know,
Right.
like getting to go play in Wrigley, you know. But honestly, for me, it's been like, folks, I got to be present in the moment, you know, because like I can't allow these days to slip by. I got to take care of practice too before I can worry about practice three. Like, you know, it's always a cool experience and definitely be an opportunity. I'll be blessed for it down the road. But ultimately, like right now, it's about getting better as a team, you know, and just building our habits.
Are you a Cubs fan or not?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really honestly not a big baseball fan. So I'm from Columbus. We had the Columbus Clippers, and like I went to a few of those games, and I don't know if it can compare because it's the minor league, but still though, I ain't gonna lie, I like action, man. Like football
Sure.
is what football.
Baseball.
Yeah.
So playing a baseball stadium for you is not quite as big a deal as maybe playing it. somewhere
Yeah, I
else.
mean, it's cool, but ultimately at the end of the day, like when you cross those lines, like
Right.
all that stuff don't matter. Like for me, I'm still gonna be playing football. We could be playing in the indoor facility. It's still the same game, you know. So for me, like, yeah, it'd be a cool experience, but I'm also worried about just winning. Like
Sure.
at the end of the day, you know.
What do you think requires? I mean, what are the requirements of a nose tackle in this defense to be? Like I remember Calvin saying, like you don't get a lot of shine a lot of the times, but like you know your role. So what are the qualities needed there?
Honestly, I feel like it's really goes down to being like tough, smart, and dependable. Like as a nose guard, you have to be tough as in a mental and physical aspect. You know, what you're not getting the shine and stuff, it's always, you know, can mentally not necessarily get to you, but mentally you got to be prepared for that and being tough with taking on double teams, you know, and like just being efficient with your job and like smart as play awareness and stuff like that. And you know, dependable, just being consistent. Like ultimately in this defense, what they expect from the nose guard, need from the nose guard is to be consistent at what you do and know what to expect when you go out there on the field, you know.
Coach yesterday